Hello and welcome to Middle-Aged Geek Girl. I'm Sally. For this video, it is my completed pages and projects for August 2025, as well as your entries for Sweary Spooky Cats September. And of course, September is the official start of spooky season for me. I actually have it for a third of the year, from September to the end of the year, because this is Halloween Eve. October is technically Spooktober for the whole month, and then I am just dragging it over because November is my birthday month, and I'm having a spooky November as well. And then of course December we go into Creepmas territory, so it is definitely spooky season for me from now on until the end of the year. But this stuff is about August, which was not any of the spooky season at all. But what did happen in August is I was pretty much out of commission for a fair bit, because I ended up in hospital twice. I went into the emergency department for a couple of hours because I was having some extremely bad stomach issues. We don't need to go into more detail about that, but I went home, and then 2 days later I was back in the ED, and that time I was admitted to hospital and I was in for 5 days, but I am still recovering. It was, and I'm not afraid to or ashamed to say it, because I believe we need to be open and honest to help everybody out there who struggle. I was in hospital for mental reasons. I did have a full breakdown. It's been coming all year. It finally happened. Don't have to tell you that, and a lot of people wouldn't tell you that, but I hate the stigma attached to mental illness. I was there for my own safety. Things have been pretty big this year, positive and negative. So I did do a lot of colouring pages because that's all I could really do whilst I was in hospital. So I will show and share those ones with you. But I did 9 of the sticker puzzles as well, which I did at home because you obviously can't have tweezers in the hospital. So I'm not sure how many pages there are. We will work that out as we go along. Now these ones came in a set of 4. So they're just these little, they're called the Small Corner collection, and there were 4 in the set. Most of these things you can choose to buy individual if you like one more than others, or if you like the whole set like I do. Put that one the right way. And they sort of fit in nicely like that as well. You can get the whole lot. I might zoom you down ever so slightly. So yep, here's the cute little corner shop ones. You've got a supermarket, a bedroom, a bakery, and a dessert shop. All very cute and nicely detailed that you had to put the items on the shelves individually. They didn't come on the shelves already. So I like that amount of detail, but they were very quick to do because, as you can see, they're not very big. Next, I was getting a bit early into spooky season. As I said, even though this one, I guess you could consider it a bit of spooky season. It's called the Doomsday Cabin. And it's basically a little prepper room, and I thought that was very cool. You had to put each floor on there as well. So it was, again, nicely detailed, and it was, I had kept it aside because I have got a bunch I want to do for my spooky season. So you'll see a few spooky ones coming up in the next couple of months. This one I was debating. I mean, I guess the reason you have a Doomsday Cabin or prep room is if the world goes into an apocalypse of some variety, so I guess it could be a spooky thing, but I chose to do it anyway early, and that's a good one. Small as well, as you could see then. Now the last 4 I've got are big, so I'm going to take my camera back out, and again I'm just pick up on myself talking so fast at the moment, so I do apologize for that. Maybe you'll have to play me at half speed so you can hear me if I'm talking too fast. Now the next 2 were part of a series of 4, and I did show the first 2 I did last month. They were like retro electronic type things from like when I was a kid. So this one is a vending machine. Well, they still go obviously, but inside when you open it is a convenience store, or combini, because I think these are like Japanese based. And a lot of fun to do, a lot of detail in them. Definitely had to put each row of produce on the shelves. I think I'm just trying to think from memory. No, you put the floors on as well. So yeah, a lot to do in these ones. So good value for money in doing these ones. And the fourth one is an old Walkman, or Walkman-esque. You can't use the brand probably, Walkman. But for those of us who before MP3s used to have to carry our cassettes around to listen to on our Walkmans, this is what this is. And inside is basically, I think it's meant to be like a music shop or an I think it's definitely music because it's got records, it's got a guitar there. I mean, records are back now, but like they were licorice pizzas when I was a kid, and oh my God, you didn't, like, if you danced too vigorously, you'd make your needle jump and scratch your record, and I don't know why they're popular again, because they're just a nightmare. You gotta be precious around them. At least with MP3s, you can, blast them on anything and it's not gonna matter. See, sometimes old people can embrace new technology. So that was that one. So that were the four. They were the last two of the four in the retro series. Good series. Now these two are, I think, from a M.A.G.G series is what they're called. And can I fit both in? Oh yeah, I can fit both in. They're fairly biggish. So you've got My Cabin Treehouse and My Cabin Sea Under the Sea or Sea World or something. Sea Studio it was called. And these were nice big ones to do. Again, nicely detailed with the little bits and pieces you had to put in there. Some stickers were very tiny, which is fine because I do them with the light. And I mean, you can always use a magnifying glass or something if you needed to, but I find I can spot it all right. And yeah, they were really quite fun. I liked them. So these ones not just had animal characters, these ones had human characters as well. So it's a bit different from what I normally do. But yeah, they were fun as well. And as I always say, I am not getting bored with them yet. So you will still be seeing them at least until the end of the year when I do the ones I have for the spooky season. Now we're going to look at the colouring pages and how much of them I have done for the month. As I said, I don't know, so I've got a little piece of paper on the side here that I'll just be marking it down as I go along. Now, I did do some sweary ones, so as always, I will put that to the bottom. Now, originally, I was going to make August for no particular reason. I just wanted to make August about colour by number because I have a lot of colour by numbers and I haven't been doing them. But that changed when I went into hospital because I didn't take a lot of stuff with me into the hospital. I just took some... I got Terry to grab me some colouring books and some pencils. The twisty Crayola ones, because that way I wouldn't need a sharpener or any of that other stuff. And I wasn't sure about how they felt about textures. I just thought it was easier to do pencils. So this is a tiny book. So I'm scanning you, zooming you in again because it's such a tiny little book. So this one I did in the hospital, a mini pushing colouring book, and this was a gift to me from Angela. So thank you, Angela, if you're watching. So I just did two, and as I said, these were done with the Crayola twistables. So there's this one of the three little pushings. I mean, it's nothing super spectacular. I just coloured them in with pencils. And then I did this one. And I wrote the message, nothing like a gratuitous pushing shot. But as you can see, I started to write puss and then sheen. Again, I was in hospital, forgive me. What else was I going to do? So that was the two from pushing. Okay, I also did one from this mandala book from Figgy, and again, Crayola pencils, and I did finish it off when I came out of hospital just with some little dots from dot markers. But yeah, I chose blues and greens for this one out of the Crayola twistables, and I really like it. I think it came out nice. I mean, I'm not... Crayola are the cheap pencils, and I think, you know, I haven't got them perfect where they're smooth as, but I actually like the way this turned out. So with the medium I used, I mean, I like it a lot. And again, done in hospital. Now, I'll show you the sweary ones now, because they were the other ones I did in hospital as well. Now, I'm just going to check. Yeah, that's to me not a really bad word. Okay, here we go. These ones aren't really even bad, so I can show them now. I don't have to wait till the very end. I'm showing them now because these ones, again, I did in the hospital, and I did with the Crayola Twistables. And it's a little penguin, and it says, "I will stop assuming everyone hates me with zero evidence to back it up." Now, I did this one because I thought it was great to do while I was in the hospital. And I've just written, "I say that, but I know that won't happen." And I wrote, oh, yeah, here, I wrote, "What surgery did this poor penguin have?" And then I wrote that before I coloured him in. Now you can't see it, the scar. There was apparently, you can't see it at all. No, I think there was a little scar on him. Over here somewhere. There was a scar drawn into the actual picture. And then when I've coloured him in, because obviously penguins are black and white, you can't see it. But I'd written that, you can't see it. Oh, what the hell am I talking about? So I wrote more notes. So yeah, it is what it is. This is the picture I did. And the other one I did was this one. "My mental health may be chronic, but my ass is iconic." Now, I don't know if you can see it here. There, it says ass, A-S-S, and I wrote ass, and then I didn't like the way I'd written it there, so I've written it again there. Because ass, I'm an Australian, or I'm Aussie. We say ass, A-R-S-E. We don't say ass. An ass is a donkey. An ass is the thing you sit on. So, and I did a little fart pop. So yeah, so I just changed it because I really don't like when Aussies and that use ass, because we don't. We say ass, and if people, like, it's an asshole, not an asshole. So yeah, I corrected it. So they were the two from the sweary book, which weren't really sweary again. So they were all the ones I did in hospital. So that was 5 pages. And when I came home, I finished what I'd started, which was my aim to just do colour by number, because I do have a lot of these sort of colour by number books that I really want to do. And they're good in a way when you don't really want to have to think, because all the colours are laid out for you. So I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like I've got 6 tabs in here. So we'll see how I went. Now, the rest of the ones I am going to show are all colour by number. So if that bores you, you might want to skip to the end where I show the other everyone's entries for the month. But if not, you can stick around and watch, because I don't always necessarily stick to exactly what it says here. If I'm using up a certain media, I will use the colour I have closest to it, because there's certain, you end up with a bunch of markers that are from odd sets because you haven't used those colours as much. So that's what I do. I try to put them all in one pencil case and use them up. And that's what this is with the water-based markers. And I forgot to say, these are the 100 best pages from Sun Life Drawing. So this one here is from their Day Patterns book. And it's a big flower. And then we did this one. I went for this one because it's a cat, and cats are part of my hashtag. And it also needed only 5 colours, which was really easy. Again, water-based markers. I mean, because it's very subjective too, and it says brown. I mean, what sort of brown? Dark, light, medium? I mean, pink. Pink comes in many different tones. That's why, I mean, I still find colour by number interesting when other people do them, because everyone's got a different interpretation of what a colour, if it's just a simple word like pink. Then I moved to this one, which is Color Quest is the book, and it goes this way, and it's like a abstract. This is one I was halfway through on the night I went into hospital, so I finished it on the night I came out of hospital. And it looks much better in the viewfinder, so I hope it comes out better in the actual filming, like the editing part, because it's a bit messy when I look at it on the page. But it looks quite nice when I look at it through the viewfinder. And I skipped past this one, which was also from the Color Quest, which is just the circles. And I was not going to be tidy and do every circle slowly and cut and right within the lines. I just did a rough circle on everything, and I still think it came out well. It's a flamingo. It's an interesting coloured flamingo, but it's a flamingo. Two more. Another cat one I chose to do. This one is Puzzle Animals Colour by Number. So this, I think, is based on those wooden puzzles you get where they form a big picture, but in order to form those pictures they have little tiny images relevant to the big picture. So this one is cats with cats inside it. So it's very catty for my hashtag event. And these again, oil or water-based markers, just trying to use up my odd set of water-based markers. And this one I did winter colouring because August was the last month of winter. Here in the southern hemisphere, we are now in spring. If I bring it down even further, I'm in Melbourne, Australia. We have 10 seasons in a year. So it's like, what do we call it? We're in the spring of deception at the moment, because although it's spring on the calendar, it was very cold this morning, so we're still going to get lots of winter. We get a couple of nice days usually towards the end of winter, and we all get tricked that spring is sprung and it's going to be beautiful, then suddenly it's like freezing winter weather again. So we're in the spring of deception at the moment. We're expecting winter to hit again. Melbourne is a very confusing place to live when it comes to weather. So yeah, they were the 6 from the 100 best. So doing the colour by number, I actually got a lot done by the looks of things. Because here I'm pretty sure I did 4 out of this book, which is the all-time hits from Sash and Sash Diva. So 4, because I know there's 2 tags, but I know I did 2 of each of the next to each other, so I only put the 2 tags in. I think it's fun just to like have a month to theme it like that if you just want to do something like that. So yeah, that's why I chose to do just colour by number, which it didn't work out, as I said, for reasons. But when I was home, I did just stick to the colour by number. So yeah, I did 2 from this collection, which is the Diamond Mandalas. And I think it's because they're all meant to be sort of representing gemstones. Again, water-based markers, the same set of miscellaneous collection of misfits that I have acquired over the years. And there's this one as well. And then the other 2. Yep, and this book is also falling apart, so it's part of the reason I also want to get them done. I mean, I could throw them out really if they fell apart completely. I don't know. But well, I paid for it, I may as well get it done. So these ones, oh, there we go, Mosaic Art Vacations. I wasn't sure about doing these ones, but looking at it again through the viewfinder, they come out really beautifully. I won't know until I edit to see exactly how good they look, if they look the same as they do for me looking at through the viewfinder, because they don't look this good when I look at them with my naked eye. But this one is a pink car with your suitcases on, going on vacation. And as I said, through the viewfinder, this looks like a really cool image. So yeah, this is why I sort of don't like to do the mosaic ones, because I can't see how good the image is until I look at it through the camera. And this one is just a person breathing in the awesome wilderness they see before them with their purple and orange backpack on. So yeah, they're pretty cool. And the last book I have, which is, I came back to this one, I think I did 3 pages in it, and this is the one I'm doing, I think it's Japanese Seasons or All Seasons or something. I can never remember what it's called, and I don't think I ever actually wrote it down. No, I didn't, but it's all the seasons books, coloured by number I think it's, I know it's a Japanese book, but I have shown it a few times, and I'm using the paint markers I got from AliExpress on them still. They haven't run out yet. I think some of them are starting to, because there's a lot of greens and browns in this book, and those ones are just getting used like you wouldn't believe. And I dare say I will start running out very soon. And what I'm doing as well is I'm only doing, I've just decided to stick with the odd numbers, so the left side of the book. And at the moment I'm only doing the ones that are landscape, sorry, our portrait, and once I hit the end I'll come back the other way, like still doing the odd numbers and do the ones that are landscape. It's the way my brain works, and it's working for me, so I'm going to stick to that one. So here's the first one I did, and again I have gone around all of it with a fine liner. You don't have to do that. I just choose to do that to give it a little bit more pizzazz. And also the colours are never exactly, because I never have enough dark greens or dark blues that it wants. If I used pencils or paints, if I was to mix up paint, I could get the colour. But I'm just using what I got in this group of 72 just to test out these paint markers. And you know, I don't have a problem with the way the pages come out, even though the colours aren't right. I love them. Like this one, for example, instead of blues, because I just don't have the navy dark blues, I went with purples. I moved on to doing anything that wanted a blue. I used the purples in the set because the purples aren't getting used, and I love purple as a colour, and I think it came out brilliantly. And I also went around with the white paint, a white gel pen this time, because of the darkness of the image. The only time you sort of lose the white, you can't really see it, is when you've got the yellow and the orange parts. But along the tree and the foliage here, I think the white makes it really pop. I love it. And also love the fact I'm using the purples to replace a lot of the blues, and I think I'll probably keep doing that because, as I said, those colours aren't getting used, and it gives it an unusual look, and I was really quite happy with it. And the last one I did was this one, and the same sort of thing. I believe I went with some purples where I didn't really have enough blues. Oh no, I had enough blues, but I didn't have enough of the darkness of the blues, because this is meant to be really dark when you look at the original image, but I like it this way anyway. And I did choose this one because it had less greens and browns, and it was actually wanting a few more different colours. Yeah, and I went around this with the black fine liner, but that was it. So that was page 18. So miraculously I did 18 pages for the month of August, and I think it was aided because a lot of them were colour by number. So yeah, I got a few out, and it's not a competition. I always say this. It was just something I wanted to do that of course didn't turn out because other factors got in the way, but they were my 18 pages. Let me know what you thought of them. I'm interested to know, like, do you do the sort of, oh, I just realised, sorry, I distracted myself. The last page I just showed you is the page here. And as you can see, it's meant to be really quite dark there. So that was how I did it. And that's how it should be. So you can see the colours never match perfectly. So back from the distraction, I was actually going to ask about that. Do you substitute colours, or do you try to get an exact match when you do colour by number? Or you depends on the book. Like if this one is a bit more of an expensive posh book, you might want to get it perfect. But if it's a cheaper book, you don't care as much. I would love to hear your opinion on that, on what you do. Leave me a comment. As I say, I love to hear from you and I always respond. If this is your first time watching my channel, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I used to do 2 videos a week. I may get back up to that, but I can't see that happening between now and the end of the year, to be honest. I'm just doing what I can do when I want to do it and how I feel I want to do it. I've got to step away from hustle culture. It is going to be the ruination of me and many people. So yeah, I'm just doing what I can. That's a long way of me saying if you hit that notification bell, you will be notified when I have released a video, because I really don't know how often I'm going to be doing them at present. But I will always make sure I get my monthly completed colouring pages and projects in, because I want to share your entries as well. And that will be it. So thank you for watching. Stick around for your August entries and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye.